Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of The Blue Corner. In today's episode I'll be giving you guys a deck profile that you've all been wanting to see for a little bit, and that would be on my TG Agents deck. Deck is very fun, very explosive, very competitive, and it's also very budget. Well, no, I won't lie. Although now that the Xyz rulings have been changed, everyone's starting to play this deck now. It's ripping Japan apart even more than it was the last time I talked about this deck, and I will not be surprised if this appears at YCS Toronto in some fashion, either a top 16 finish, a feature match, a deck profile, someone does a video on it. Yeah, this is going to be seeing some play at Toronto, I guarantee you, and I'm pretty sure the deck list is going to be pretty close to what this is. So yeah, I'll just go over what my current build is. I've got some cards in as proxies because they just haven't come in the mail yet. But yeah, let's just get right down to this, shall we? So, Freemaster Hyperion, just amazing card, best boss monster of the deck. His summoning requirement is a joke. You just pop a card each turn if you need to. He solves problems, simple as that. One Christia, the deck can't make use of two as well as pure agents, I've noticed, but one is still an amazing card. I would definitely run at least that. Christia wins you games, it puts games out of reach for people. It's just an amazing boss monster. One Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning. The main reason why TG agents are so popular is because they can support Blackluster Soldier and they can do it very well. Envoy also wins games, and he also puts them out of reach. One Gores because, yeah. One Tragodia, again, also an amazing card. You take damage, you special summon it, you swipe monsters. This guy wins you games. 3, the Agent of Mystery Earth. This is one of your most important normal summons to get you Venus to the hand. It's a level 2 fairy, it's an agent, and it's a tuner. 3 Venus, just so I can get to it faster. Probably one of the most important normal summons of the entire deck. If it goes through, you're going to get 3 Shine Balls on the field, which will equal a Getcha Getcha Getetsu, making this thing a 2000 attack beater. And extras can be used as discard fodder for Heralds. 3 Shine Balls. It really does stink to draw one of these, but it's still too good not to not have it. 3, pull them out with Venus, overlay them, tune with them. Yeah, this thing does a lot of stuff. Now we get to the TG aspect of the deck. 3 TG Warwolf. This guy just puts in so much work. If a level 4 lower monster from any player's side of the field is some special summon, then you can drop this guy. So you could potentially drop this guy before you even get your turn if you lose the dice roll. Afterwards, then you can summon an agent and do your other stuff. But yeah, level 3, 1200 attack. When it dies, you can add a TG other than itself from your deck to your hand. And yeah, he just has amazing combos with Venus. The ability to go Venus, Shine Ball, this guy, and then put a Leviathan Dragon and a Getcha Getcha Getetsu on the field at the same time puts a lot of pressure on the opponent from then and there. Yeah, and he's a dark for Envoy. 2 TG Striker. He fetches out Warwolf. He's a tuner. You can special summon him if you control no monsters your opponent does. This has crazy plays with Venus written all over it. You special summon this guy. You summon Venus. Pull up Shine Balls. You can go Stardust with the Venus, or you can go into Trishula. And these two together give you access to TG Wonder Magician. That 2 Herald of Orange Light. Herald of Orange Light is an amazing card in this format. You can use it to negate those in-hand monsters. I use it to even kill, Golden Ladybugs. Like, you can hit the in-hand cards and kill them. You can hit in graveyard cards. Yeah, there is really nothing that escapes Herald of Orange Light. He's just a lot like perfection, and you just have to have a fairy alongside himself to neuter effects. Just quickly go over He's like one way to get rid of a Thunder King or a Doomcal. If you have a Hyperion, you can special summon Hyperion. They tribute Thunder King to negate. You can activate Herald of Orange Light's effect. Pitch him in that extra Venus you have in your hand to kill it. When Honest, because Honest wins you games with this deck. It does. It works with Envoy, it works with Hyperion, it works with TD Wonder Magician. Sangan to search out stuff that you haven't been able to search out yet. And the Lone Veiler, just to get at the stuff that Herald of Orange Light can't, or you don't want to use Herald of Orange Light on. So that's it for the monsters. Pretty beefy monster lineup. A lot of them are searchers, a lot of them are deck thinners. Onto the spells. 3 duality. You definitely need the 3 duality in this deck. It's not running cards from the sky. It likes to thin. Yeah, the duality is just too good not to run 3 of in here. 2 MST, third one is sided because Hyperion and Venus, they all bait out those back row. So Space can just hit those ones that they don't chain in response, and then Hyperion can just blow away the other back rows. And of course, Space issues. Book, Dark Hole, Heavy, Reborn, Mind Control. So yeah, no real explanation needed on those ones, because they're all game winners. And then for the traps, I'm running 2 Warnings, Torrential Tribute, and Dust Shoot. Pretty small trap lineup, but yeah, this deck is all about being offensive and explosive. It's kind of like Hopeless Dragon, except it doesn't falter if you stop that initial push. It can keep pushing in other ways. So onto the extra deck, which is where I'll have to list that I have some proxies and such. So the extra deck consists of an Armory Arm. You got level 2 tuners, level 2 non-tuners. It's a light. Yeah, it's a light. You can do some stuff with the Armory Arm. Catastor. Can't go without him. This is supposed to be a Tech Genis Wonder Magician, but yeah, I don't have one yet. Wonder Magician is a level 5 tuner synchro. When it's special summoned, you pop a card on the pop a spell or trap card on the field. It's a light. When it dies, you draw a card. When Ancient Sacred Wyvern gains attack based on the difference between your opponent's life points and yours. If you have more, it's somewhat of a win condition of itself, because if you can drop Ancient Sacred Wyvern with a pretty decent lead in life points, then you're going to be swinging for massive amounts of damage. Massive. You just require a light tuner and a non-tuner monster, which is Herald of Orange Light, and Effect Veiler even, and as well Ancient of Misty Earth. Brionac, Black Rose. One Thought Ruler, because people are playing Dimensional Prison and Book of Moon again in some of their decks, and Thought Ruler gets around those. Stardust, Scrap Dragon, Trishula, 1 Ally of Justice, Decisive Armor. Card is just really good this format, and I would expect to see agents in Lightsworn decks a lot if you're going to any major event, and this guy can just really wreck those decks up. Going to Mirror Tech because Gadgets and Karakuri Machina Plants are getting some hype. This is supposed to be Leviair the Sea Dragon. Leviair the Sea Dragon just has so much crazy shenanigans in this deck. You can use it to pull, get you removed from play agents back to the field, which then you can either synchro or exceed with, and you can use it to swipe your opponent's removed from play monsters, especially if you're in the mirror. 1 Leviathan Dragon. As far as pure power goes in rank 3s, you can't beat this guy, and yeah, he just has crazy synergy with TG Warwolf. And 1 Getcha Getcha Kitetsu, who is arguably the best Exceed monster in this deck. You can get him as early as turn 1, and a lot of people underestimate the work this guy puts in, but unless they have a Brionac or some kind of card that spins it off the field, it's going to take either 3 battles or 3 uses of destruction cards to get this thing off the board. Because yeah, he just sits there, and if your opponent doesn't have an out to it, he's just going to sit there, and he's going to make my monsters 400 points stronger, which is a huge difference. And now for what would my current side be at this moment. It'll probably change after I see how things happen at Toronto, but If I were to go to Toronto as is, I would probably be doing 2 DD Crow, just the dark. It gets rid of stuff, targets in the graveyard, it's chainable. 2 Snowman Eater to get rid of those annoying anti-mana monsters that get sighted on you. It's an out to Christia, and it's also level 3. So you could flip up Snowman Eater, summon Venus, get Shine Balls, make a Leviathan Dragon, make that Gentetsu. 2 Thunder King. This is mainly a mirror match card, because I would expect to see the mirror match a lot. This deck is both pure agents and TG agents are just getting so much attention, and yeah, I mean, this card is just an excellent card to sign in. It shuts down some of your stuff, but you just gotta learn how to play around it. 2 Cyber Dragons. Just a really good card inside in general. Baits out those back row removal. Good card to play against GBs, and so on. 2 Crevice from the Different Dimension. Again, just more of a mirror match tech and a Lightsworn tech. Your opponent blind MSTs, you can chain this, remove those 2 lights. If you're reading a JD or a Christia setup, then you can go with this preemptively and remove those 2 lights. A 3rd MST for the games 2 and 3 because they'll side in more heat against your guys. 1 Wise Man's Chalice. This is mainly for the mirror, because the mirror is probably one of the more trickier matches, and this can be really helpful in the mirror because you can use it to grab their Venus, bring it to your side of the field, use its effect to get Shine Balls out, and you can just banish their Venus to summon your Hyperion and go from there. And yeah, it just grabs level 3s that you can use for exceeding. As you noticed with my extra deck, I don't have a Utopia in there, and I don't have any level 4s other than my 2 Thunder Kings sided in my main deck, Honest. So yeah, I probably would not be grabbing a level 4 monster with this card, but I would be grabbing level 3s and level 2s. And finally, triple Smashing Ground. Gets rid of those anti-meta monsters, gets rid of Christia. Just, I would definitely run 3 in my agent side right now. And yeah, that's the deck. Just flip it around. Explosive, a little bit sacky, but it's extremely consistent considering the type of deck it is. It doesn't have as much explosive power as a pure dedicated tech, tour guide agents, but it has a bit more consistency in comparison. It's not completely as consistent as pure agents, but for what it can do, it is some amazing stuff right here. So yeah, that's my build. Liking how it's going, and if you're looking for an idea to work with, this would probably be it. It's not the definitive Tech Genesis agent deck, but it's pretty close to what you would see for a generic Tech Genesis agent deck. I won't lie. A lot of these decks are looking the same now, and that's because a lot of us have just found this type of build to be working best. But anyway, I'll leave it at that. Thank you guys for watching, and until the next time, take care.